Hello world, it's Curtis Potter with Boundless Inspiration. Today, I wanted to talk to you about the benefits to experience. See, this is something that I can speak on because I have had a life, and I'll tell you, I've been through some experiences. I've been through so many experiences. And I don't know about you, but for the longest time, I was just struggling with the experiences that I went through. I allowed them to break me down and hold me back and create anxiety and depression. And you know what, like regret and doubt and fear, I allowed it to create some of those negative emotions and feelings. And for what? Like, I'm finally to the point where I have flipped. I've shifted. I've changed how I allow things to go into my mind and come out into my mouth, right? I look at the glass half full, and you know what? I talked about that a lot, but then I got to where I wasn't just talking about it, I believed it. And it was because of all those experiences and getting through them enough times where I was like, you know what? It'll be all right. It is what it is. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm going to get through this. I know that there's better things to come. Everything happens for a reason. It's not to you, it's for you. It's to build that strength and those shoulders and that wisdom, right? And you're like, but see, it takes those hard times, those failures, those mistakes, a lot of times for other things to become valuable. Now, hear me out. It's like, how many times have you went through something and that experience is what pushed you to make a better version of yourself, to be smarter in your decisions, to be more dedicated to a situation, a better version of yourself, a new standard for yourself. So for instance, if you're there, I understand you. I've been down before. I've had anxiety. I've had depression. And I'm not here to brag or say that I was glad that it happened, other than for the reason that it makes me value those good days now. Like it was such a pain in my heart that now, on days when it doesn't even have to be like extremely amazing, like, you know, I'm just winning on every level or anything. It can just be a normal day where everything went smooth. And I'm like, thank you, Jesus, that today wasn't a shit show. Right? So now the cool, calm, and collective days are more valuable. The days where I don't do something stupid are more valuable, right? You appreciate those, and you can be joyful in just a day where you're above ground and healthy and not in the hospital and not fighting with your spouse or not saying something stupid to your kids and regretting it or getting yourself written up at work or hitting that snooze. Like, you start to value those days. And like, if you've been broken, I've been broken before where I told you all, there was times in my life where I was thinking about suicidal thoughts. Like, I was in that deep low of a pit. It makes it more valuable on those days where you're like, you know what? I'm going after my dreams and goals. I'm going after my calling. I'm going after my bucket list. I'm going after the things that I said I wanted to do in this life before I die, because I could die tomorrow. I just talked to you about all the deaths that I've dealt with and heard, and even on the news, some people, Demarius Thomas, like just dying at 33. I mean, you never know when your last day's here. So going through all those experiences and seeing all those people die, another one gone too soon. How many times have we saw that in today's world? It makes it valuable of today. Like today could be your last, and why not live it like it, right? Man, say you've went through a bad breakup. You know, where maybe your heart was just shattered. Or maybe where you was fighting for somebody that you love so much and they're walking out on you. They're entertaining another relationship. They're just walking away like deuces. I don't even care. But you love them so much and you're fighting. You're like, please, you're begging, you're crawling, you're fighting for this one. And they're just still like checking out like, bye. See, it took that breakup and that person just kicking you to the curb and leaving you for you to say, you know what? I'm not just going to rush into another relationship like that again. You know, it may have made you put up a little bit of a wall, like I'm not going to open myself up to someone again. And that's you know, it's a double-edged sword because you're protecting yourself. But at the same time, you might be putting up a wall to somebody who could be the love of your life. Now, that's why they say don't rush into relationships or anything, because if it's meant to happen, it's going to happen. And sometimes you do have to be smart, and it took that experience for you to value the much time, effort, energy, and authenticity that you're investing into another relationship. If you've been stabbed in the back, which I have, and it sucks. Like, dude, I was there for you. I helped you take care of your kids. I welcomed you into my home. And then you got stabbed in the back. It's all right, because the thing is that it helps me value those true relationships of people. I've got an amazing circle of people now, and they're so valuable to me because I've seen them stick with me through thick or thin. They've seen me at my lowest, and they've helped me get back up. And they've rooted on me, and they've cheered for me, and they've celebrated me. I'm going where I'm celebrated, not tolerated. And I used to just go where I was popular. Like, man, you know what? Look at my following. I got all these people here partying with me and whatever. And those were fake. And I watched them all go away. So now I value the people who have stayed in the trenches with me. And I value it so much. It also helps me be there for people that I see going through the rough. And I continue to be there to support them and lift them up and say, what can I do for you, man? Is there anything that I can do for you? It took those experiences to create this character inside me, right? The thing is 5 a.m., I'm about to knock out this workout. And see, it took me watching my father in the hospital multiple times, getting stents put in his heart and going through a heart attack, and the doctor saying, I don't know if you guys say your goodbye, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to save him this time. It took that experience for me to get dedicated to eating healthy. Man, there's so many times when people be like, hey, you want a soda? I show up to the house, you want a soda? No, man, you got a bottle of water? Yeah, I do, you know. We'll be at a restaurant and people are like, hey, what appetizer are we going to order? And I'm like, man, you know what? How about this one? They're like, really? That one don't sound like the most flavor. We could get deep fried mozzarella sticks, which are delicious. We could get some deep fried wings. And you want the hummus? With the peppers? And the cucumbers? And the carrots? And what? That sounds like something be out of health food nut. And I'm like, well, you know what? I am a health food nut. And it took that experience of watching my dad. Do I love that stuff? Yes, I have a sweet tooth. I used to be a stoner, so of course I had a sweet tooth. I could eat anything, and I wanted to eat everything, and I got to be pouring salt and sauces on everything. Yes, I'll take some extra queso with my chips. Actually, I dip my pizza in queso. Like, that's me. I'm not telling you like, hey, I just have always been this health guru where I just want to eat healthy and I'm just some kind of robot. No, it took those experiences to create this discipline. And whatever you've been through, it will create that discipline. See, the reason why I do these videos today is because the shit show of a life that I've experienced ever since I was a kid, I was being molested. I got sold for 5 racks in 3rd grade over the phone, 3-way call while I'm in school, right? I've ruined tons of relationships. I went through tons of drug addictions. I've slept with tons of women just because I was just coping and I couldn't deal with the sexual crap that I was put through as a kid. I struggled with pornography because as a kid, I was under 10 and I was introduced to porn and told it's better to masturbate to this than go sleep with someone and knock them up. Or it's better to masturbate to this than go cheat on the woman you're with. Like, I was taught the wrong lessons. I was in the wrong environments. I was mentored by the wrong people. And you know what? I chose that for a while. I believed it. And there's a line in every situation. You overstep that line and I have the right to stop it in its tracks. Don't be mad at my reaction if you gave me a reason to react. What? I have learned some of the dumbest things that hurt me up and set me up for some of the hardest times in my life. You better not start a fight, but you damn sure better finish it. So I become a master at finishing fights, even if it broke you down. And I'm sorry for all those people that I took some of the worst lessons in my life and created such a monster. Like, I was a good person at heart, but if you just look at some of the things that I was taught and I stood behind like it was law. Man, some pain that I've caused that I'll always regret, and I'll forever hope that if I've hurt somebody, especially if they're watching this video, they allow me to somehow make it right. I'm sorry. Even if I never talk to you again, I am truly sorry. I know what it feels like to have pain and to be hurt by somebody. Please forgive me. The best apology is change behavior, and that's all I can do. I can't change what I did yesterday, but I damn sure can step up and do what I can to make it right from this day forward. To never do that again. To learn from those experiences and grow as a human being. And not only myself change, but incorporate that into my kids. So my kids are not that bully. My kids are not those angry people. My kids are not the ones that feel like they've got to run to drugs and alcohol. Not put my kids through those situations to where I break that family curse, break those chains. It may not have even been a family curse. It may have been who I called family. Like, you're my bro. And they're no longer in my life. And I followed some of those stupid theories and values and standards. But it took those experiences to go through all that shit show of a life for me to find God. Sometimes your back's got to be on the ground for you to see God. And you know what? I don't care what anyone wants to say. You want to say something about God right now and how you don't believe and God is a burnt. Just hear me out. I know that everybody, at least once in their life, says, please, God. Even an atheist. I've heard of atheists before where their parents were in the hospital about to die. God, please save my mom. I know that I always said you're fake. I know that I always said you're not real, but please, God. Whenever you hit the ground, you hit the bottom, your back's against the wall. It took that experience for you to see God. And I'm forever grateful because it makes me be a better person every day. And when I seek obedience, that's what helped me start not wanting to drink alcohol and smoke weed and be out in here sleeping with all kinds of women and be faithful to my wife. Regardless, that picture with the devil on one side and God on the other? Man, the devil's always chirping in my ear. Man, you remember how fun it was sleeping with those women? All those women, threesomes, all that crap. You know how awesome them girls look in that porn? You know how great it feels taking them Xanax, smoking that weed? You be giggling and laughing. Ha ha ha. You be eating some delicious food. What? I used to have this thing where it was like, I couldn't go to a party unless I was taking weed and alcohol. Like, how is a party going to be fun with no weed and alcohol? But you know what? I've been to some of the funnest parties with some of my church friends where there was no weed and alcohol. That was just a misconception in my head. And it took me experiencing some amazing parties with no weed and alcohol for me to realize and value having them without it. Having a relationship with communication. It took those relationships with shitty communication and your heart was breaking and you're just like going crazy for you to say, you know what? I'm only going to allow authenticity and authentic relationships in my life. I'm going to be intentional about the spouse that I bring into my life that's going to be the mother of my children. For you, you could be a woman listening to this. Like if you've went through a breakup, take that lesson. And I know you value it now. And what are you going to allow into your life next? Are you going to go find your next partner at the bar again? I used to be all about like, hey, let's go to the bar, see who I could take home. And then you know what? Like I did that one time and I found myself in like a 2-year relationship with a woman that was a drunk. Man, she was fun. But man, she was a handful. Went through so many hard experiences and I knew she was toxic and crazy. But you know what? She was dynamite in bed. I'm not going to lie. That was like the only thing that was keeping me around. And whenever I was focused on that because I was thinking with the wrong head, it set me up for a lot of hard times. But that experience is what made me be wiser about who I chose in my life. It's not all about the outside when you're going in relationships, this pretty face. It's about what's on the inside. It's those experiences that create value in your life. So if you're going through something, I don't care how bad you've messed up, because almost every mess up can be at some point fixed or made right. Some of them, I hate to say, my cousin, he got 75 years in jail and he's fighting it. And I think he got it down 25 years. I don't know if he got it to 25 years or he got 25 years off of his sentence. So you know what? Some of those decisions, there's no turning back from. You may have made a decision that's ruined a relationship that the person's walking out on you. It may have been your fault. You may have made a decision that ruined your business. It may be your fault. There's things that we do that are our fault. And sometimes you reap what you sow. Some of the heartache that I've went through was because of the decisions I made to not be more in control of my emotions, my feelings, my reactions, my lust, my addictions. But that's all right, because I've still got the rest of my life to take those experiences and the value that I brought from them to make me who I am today. And you do too. Whatever you're going through, use that to push you further, to be better, to set new standards, to be in commitment to yourself. I'm never going to do that again. Use that pain as gain. Psh, not just in the gym. Your finances, if you've been broke, if you're broke right now, it's all right. Get a part-time job. Work some weekends. Take that money and don't invest it into some stupid stuff. Invest it into paying off your debt so your bills aren't as high. If you want a toy, a vehicle, a new car, a new bike or something, instead of going right out and buying that, invest it into an asset that can buy it for you. I don't know, instead of a $1,500 whatever, go buy a $1,500 vending machine and then find somewhere to put it. And then in a couple months, that vending machine will make you $1,500. And then after it buys you that, I don't know, motorcycle, tattoo, vacation, new pair of Jordans, whatever it is you want, then it's going to continue reaping you that financial benefit. What lessons can you learn not only from my experiences, but other people's experiences in the world? Today, I invite you to start learning from other people's experiences as well. Because see, a smart person learns from their mistakes and never makes them again. They say a genius, a wise person learns from other people's mistakes and experiences and never makes them or uses those lessons to excel them. I hope this helped you. If you know somebody that's going through some tough experiences and they need to see this video, like, share, comment, tag them. You know what? Tag them, just say, dude, you know what? You'd really like this video. You know what? Put in the comment section some times where you've went through some experiences. You know what? If you're humble enough, let me know where you failed. But then also celebrate and let me know how you flipped it, how you've shifted, how you switched it, how you stood and turned it into something amazing. Let me hear of something that you failed at a couple years ago and now you're standing from that experiences because you valued it and turned it into something amazing. Let us hear those testimonies so we all can celebrate with you. Because every single day we're just getting a step closer to being boundless. I love you all. Have a great day.